Yo, what it do? It's your boy OTA, man. Back again with another video, you heard? So this is about the Gucci and shiesty situation. I wasn't even gonna speak on it, but I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna ahead speak on this. So apparently, Gucci and shiesty got a little situation going on. As we all know, shiesty been signed to Gucci, and when he went to jail and came home, he was still in the contract. And according to my understanding, is another label that offered shiesty $10 million to sign him. I might be wrong, I might be right, but this is what I'm hearing. You know what I'm saying? And shiesty tried to get out the deal with Gucci. Now, it's ways to go about a situation like that. Like, you can negotiate yourself out of the deal the right way. But how shiesty went about this was the total wrong way. Totally wrong way. I'm saying that was the wrong thing to do. Number one, you just came home from federal prison. You got a bracelet on your leg. You supposed to be moving smart, thinking smart. You know what I'm saying? You just coming home from a federal bed and you still on the bracelet. You on federal probation, parole, whatever. Nigga, you supposed to be moving smart. You supposed to try to negotiate yourself out of that contract the right way, the smart way. Sit down with that man to man, and try to negotiate, you feel me? Even if that deal that you trying to get signed for, if you was supposed to get a percentage out of that, in order to let you out your contract, if that's the right thing to do, you could have did that. But apparently, shiesty wasn't going for none of that. He tried to do it the hard way. Now, according to the news report, him, big30, and about 7 to 8 other people. How you doing? They robbed Gucci and his entourage. I guess it was off-duty police officer that Gucci had hired, and I think the engineer or whoever that was, the white boy. About 3 to 4 people that Gucci had with him. You know what I'm saying? They robbed all of them they took Gucci wedding ring, took some jewelry off him, some cash, I believe. And they robbed them other people too that was with Gucci. Took the white boy Rolex watch. And all this shit is on camera. You know what I'm saying? And then he allegedly, not even allegedly, if that's what the feds are saying, that's what the people saying. He put an AR pistol to Gucci's head and made Gucci sign the contract over to him. And then he asked his dad, was it right? His dad told him, nah, make sure he put the date on there too. So they did all that. And then they left. Robbed them people, made Gucci sign over the contract, and they left. And now this happened back in January. Now, but they just put out a warrant out for all of them. Matter of fact, they all got arrested. They raided his dad's house. They got him, they got his dad, they got them other people that was with him. Big30 was on the run, but I believe they got big30 too. Now, was he right for doing that? No. And I'm gonna tell you why. Even though Gucci was a fucked up bitch, he did all that while on ankle bracelet. Put a gun to Gucci head while the rest of the entourage all had guns. He did that while on ankle bracelet. So that's a violation right there. And now he's arrested. Him along with his dad and everybody else that was with him. Now that's the wrong way he moved. Now, but I'm gonna get back to that situation. But let me say something about Gucci, man, being a messed up businessman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you sign these people into a bad record deal, and when they try to get up out of it, you want to keep them in the contract. That's wrong. But back to Shiesty situation. Shiesty is a fool for doing that. Now, I understand he might have been angry, felt disappointed, or felt hurt, or whatever that happened with his cousin, Biscard, and the chain situation. People are saying that made it even worse. But it doesn't matter. See, that's why you don't mix business with feelings. You could have tucked your way, negotiate your way out of that deal. But being the fact that you on federal probation, parole, whatever, you automatically violated your probation right there by even having a firearm with you. By being around felonies with firearms also. There are major violations there. And then you caught new charges also on top of that. Robbery charges, all that. Now you fishing up to 20, 30 years, all that shit. Something that could have been easily talked about. Like, that should be a lesson learned for a lot of you young folks trying to get up in the entertainment business. Read your contract. Make sure that's the right deal that you want to sign so you won't have problems later on in the future. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm going to speak back on the Gucci situation. Like, that's why you don't play with people like that. Because these young boys nowadays, they're willing to crash out. They're willing to crash out. And if they feel played, they're going to the forest stand to do whatever they got to do. Which is not the right thing to do, but that's just how these young boys think nowadays. They're a so-called gangster, and they're willing to stand on that gangster timing. But yeah, man, that's it right there. That's the situation Gucci got going on right now with Pooh Shiesty. And I'm going to speak on this with Gucci also. Gucci being a so-called gangster, right? Even though he had an off-duty police officer with him or whatever, but he ain't had to make no statement. According to the Department of Justice, Gucci gave a statement. He described Pooh Shiesty and Big30. He gave him the Instagram name, all that stuff. Now, that just killed Gucci credit. That's a street nigga. Now, I understand people going to say, oh, he a businessman. He supposed to do that. No. Yeah, he a businessman, but he also claimed to be a gangster. One of the hardest gangsters. That's what he claimed to be. And I understand you guys going to say, oh, but he changed his life. He's not a gangster no more. He a businessman now. He don't live that life no more. He still rap like he lived that life. But a couple weeks ago, he was just on Instagram talking about if somebody run up on him, he don't care if he was with his wife, he gonna smoke them. That's gangster talking. So you still act like you're into that life, you're living that life, you are a gangster and you're ready to kill somebody. But then a gangster run up on you, you gonna give a statement. Like, that just took away from his credit. That's gangster. Now I want to see if, because a lot of these artists, they be picking and choosing what rap they want to fuck with, what rap they don't want to fuck. Now I want to see if they're still going to fuck with Gucci, because now he's now labeled as a rap. But I'm gonna leave that there, man. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. OTA TV.